It's official, the countdown has begun. But before we get started on our 30-week update, bump date, let's go ahead and speak about weeks 29. At week 29, the baby should be measuring about the size of a acorn squash, which would be 15.2 inches or 2.54 pounds. And that's just an estimate, as I always say. My app says that things should be getting crowded in there. Yeah, she moves a lot. I just feel like, you can feel her movements and what she's doing and identify knees, elbows. And I always wondered, how can you tell? Well, obviously her head is not this small, so it's either a knee or an elbow or, maybe even a fist. But I feel like a fist, you would probably be able to feel ripples. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and say that I can kind of tell if it's that or the back of her foot. At this time, you can also feel if your baby has hiccups. My first pregnancy, I felt hiccups every day, all day, especially at night. They would start about around the same time and last for a while. And then when he was born, he had hiccups a lot too. I went to my appointment today for my 30 week. Man, oh man, I must have ate a lot in San Diego. But for my weeks 29, my nausea returning. Luckily, I am taking the Diclegia, so it's not as bad as first trimester's nausea. It's just there and like smells bothering me and things like that. But as far as vomiting and dehydration, I'm good there. I'm thankfully good there. I have been very hungry. I have been having to go to the restroom more often, so I have to pee a lot more, which is normal. Another new pregnancy side effect, or symptom side effect, well, I guess. But another new symptom would be for 29 weeks that I am tired. I could only go to like a couple stores before I'm like, can we just go home? That's one thing that I've noticed. But since for weeks 29 I was in San Diego, I wasn't complaining too much because I wanted to make sure that I got everything that I had planned done. So weeks 29 was my birthday. And so we went to brunch with our family and with some of my family, and everybody who attended got to see the bump because they hadn't seen me yet, or they hadn't seen the bump because I wasn't posting any pictures. So most of them hadn't seen anything. So that was the first time, and that was exciting. They got to see this big old thing. I also went to go take pictures with my sister. And that actually was between weeks 28 29. So we took pictures before my birthday and then after my birthday and during my birthday. So that's what I'm referring to. But weeks 28, I feel like although I was tired, weeks 28 29, 29, I feel like I got a little bit more energy, but I didn't want to go from one store to the other, to the other, to the other. But it's not so much I was sleepy. I just was tired. I'm tired of walking around and doing stuff like that. Again, my little one is a bundle of joy, full of energy, so you would have to chase him. Luckily, I haven't had to deal with, heartburn, which I hear a lot of mothers have around this time. Well, everybody's different, so throughout the pregnancy, whether it be weeks 5 to weeks 40, you hear that at that point, the mother has heartburn or whatever, indigestion. But I thankfully haven't had any issues like that. But I will say this. Weeks I guess 29/30, I started to feel a little dizzy. So I still have a problem with, like, okay, I'll eat something and 30 minutes later to an hour, I feel like I ate too much sugar and now I'm crashing. That's what I feel like. So I was waiting to speak to the doctor about that, and I did go ahead and do that during my prenatal appointment. And she just says try not to eat as much sugar, which I already do not. She said try to eat a little, add some carbs in there, that's fine. But even the carbs are doing this to me. Wheat bread. She said try to eat more protein, more nuts, peanut butter, but peanut butter, as that I know, is doing the same thing. I still have to drink, the water and Gatorades are actually doing this to me also. So I'm trying to put more water in the Gatorade. Hopefully it still does the trick and it doesn't eliminate the fact that I need to have the electrolytes and the saltiness in me still, or need to retain, because I'm not consuming as much Gatorade. But hopefully it's still doing the trick, and I'm going to speak to my cardiologist on Monday. I have an appointment. Today is Friday, so we'll find out about that soon. So since we are bringing up 30 week and my prenatal appointment, let's get into 30 week. So I keep smiling because I want to go ahead and tell you guys my news, but I'm going to hold off on that. So let me not be selfish, and let me go ahead and update you on the 30-week fetus, just in case you are living this with me. At this time, at 30 weeks, your baby should be measuring about 15.7 inches and 2.89 pounds. So we're getting there. The baby's brain is getting a little bit more wrinkly because he is absorbing all the essentials to make brain tissue. And the one thing that I find so adorable is that at this time, around 30 weeks, they do believe that the baby has enough, that is strong enough to grasp fingers. So imagine that. But I'm just hoping that she's not in there like, let me grasp onto this, monkey bars, let me swing, And if you have a son, well, or a daughter, hopefully they're not like Tarzan, swinging on a vine and something in there, grabbing onto the placenta, or anything they can get a hold of. Not really. I know they can't grab it, but it's just the thought, and it's funny. But at 30 weeks, I did go into my appointment, and the doctor gave me my results for my 3-hour glucose test, and I also did get the numbers for the 1 hour. For the 1 hour, I believe of course, you already know, did not pass, and because I was able to pass 2 out of the 3, I passed. Sadly, I still am going to cut out the sugars because, as I mentioned, I will eat something with sugar and I will just feel really sick. And not just that, I feel weak. And the last couple of days of my 29 week, I started to feel a little shaky. I'm starting to have, aside from the nausea feeling coming back, and the my senses, like I smell everything and it's bothering me. Those two issues, along with me not being able to stand up for a long time, are issues that I had in the beginning, and they are back. And yes, I'm still taking the Diclesius. I decided not to take it. I think it was 2 days ago. I didn't take it at night, and I was fine majority of the day, but then I started feeling a little off. And I don't know if it was because I was doing too much, because I had just came back from San Diego. I washed, I folded clothes, I tried to clean. I don't I didn't cook, but I cleaned the shower, the bathroom. So I guess I was just doing too much. And at the same time, that's not smart because I also did not take the Diclesius the night before. So that's my fault. But I decided that I should still take the Diclesius because I did feel nauseous and I just didn't feel good. So we're going to go ahead and continue to stay on that. My next appointment, I believe I'll just get another prescription written out because I am running low. But for as far as my symptoms for week 29 and week 30, it's just dealing with similar issues as first trimester, just not as intense, luckily. But they're just issues that I wish did not return, and my doctor did say that that's normal for it to come and go, but hopefully this is it, and the week 30 and a half, or weeks 31 and on, I do not feel this way, and I feel normal. What I didn't mention is that I feel some days I'm like, okay, I don't feel pregnant because I feel like a normal pregnant person, not, the issues, all the 20 million issues that I dealt with last pregnancy. But then there's days where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what people are talking about when they're like, oh, I'm over it. Because I'm just trying to walk and my stomach is so heavy. Or just, I feel like hurt, just pushing. And I'm like, okay, it hurts. Are you done? But no. She's still in there. She still needs room. She still wants to move. She still wants to fight. She still wants to swim. Whatever dance lessons she's taking in there. Practicing for the Olympics. I don't know. But I'm like, can you please stop? And then I have your brother out here trying to jump on me. Wants to hug me or go over me. Luckily, I am fast, so I do stop him. But just... it's tiring having to, he's heavy, so when he wants to be held and I'm getting from point A to point B and I can't let him go because he likes to run away, so sometimes I do have to hold him. He's pretty heavy, so having to hold him and hold the bump while it's heavy, or while she's like pushing it, or while I feel like, oh my god, I can't walk because I have to be, it's pretty hard. But 2 under 2, I recommend as of now because I don't have them out yet, but being pregnant with a toddler is not that hard. So please don't take that from what I'm saying. I'm just simply saying that I now understand when mothers or mothers-to-be are saying, oh my gosh, can you please just come out already? Like I said, the countdown has begun. We are at weeks 30, so we have, if we get to 40 weeks, then we only have 10 more weeks. And since I passed my gestational, it's looking like right now, my same due date will stay June 22nd, which would be 40 weeks, and so that would be in 10 weeks. If anything changes, then I won't be upset because I feel huge, and right now I'm gonna be bigger as far as weight with this baby than it was with Prince Jeremiah. I'm getting there. So we're getting there. I'm going to show you a better picture. I'm going to go out there because he's sleeping, and then I'll show you a picture of the bump. But here it is as I sit. Don't mind my mess. And I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek of when I'm standing and show you guys the bump.